Good morning, besties. It's me, your internet dad, Weaver. I hope you're doing all right. I started, then I realized I didn't have anything to drink. Tropical. Um, First time drinking that. So apparently, my late February vlog did not go up. I'm just gonna quickly go over that real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about what's going on. I got really sick this week. I'm better, but did not finish the book in February. I did 35,000 words. I think I'm gonna start slowing down, being more deliberate. So this I am riding the struggle bus a little bit because I got sick and I could not brain not work. But I did draw this yesterday. This is my impression of me when my wife tells me about her latest series, and I'm just like, what happens? Because he's reading this romantic series that's apparently very popular, and I'm just like, I'm very curious as to what's going on in the series. That's the difference between black screen and a white screen. Um, Somebody did a retrospective on like black screens and white screens, and like the end thing is it comes down to preference. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I just don't want to watch a white screen at night. Um, all right, so I am very close to finishing Blood Rights, which I'm very excited about because I probably have about 5 chapters left. I just need to make sure that I make all the references, but I think there's going to be a lot of me going back through it later on because I'm going to be like, wife, I wrote this with you in mind. Please enjoy. I did not do a why choose. I did just like a crazy Faye scenario, right? And she's gonna read it, and she's gonna be like, "Isn't that clear?" It says what because the eyes come in. But yeah, so I finished the lesson I was stuck on a Dropbox. It was the first texture drawing, and now I have to do these texture sausages next. So I'm like, all right, that one took me 2 weeks, but I was out of it. I'm now back in it. I feel like I'm playing in the game. I had a great day yesterday. I placed second in the contest I put in, the weekly contest, which is good um, because that was my third time. Yeah. So I'm supremely happy about that. And what it is, I turned it, it was a travelogue. Supposed to do write like 1,000 words flash fiction for the travelogue. I did that, and I used one of the scenarios for my thing. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what a travelogue is, apparently, so I failed on that front. But that was interesting. Skill Spear I took off this week. I was not intending to take off this week because I wrote a half chapter, got really sick. Posted half the chapter on Friday. Posted another half chapter this Friday. And I'm feeling better. Um, let's just say I really don't want to describe a graphic detail what I did. But I got by. And usually when it's like I can't even get out of bed, that I'm like, all right, something's wrong. And years of being in the medical field has taught me that I might hold back a little bit on like going to the hospital um, or seeing a doctor or whatever. So I have to like beat that back out of me. Like I'm an old man now. I gotta go. When I gotta go, right? I gotta go take care of myself. So I gotta be around for my family for as long as possible, so we can enjoy each other. And that's kind of the thing. If you're not sticking around for revenge, stick around for your family. And if you don't have a family, make some friends. Anyway, let's talk about March. So I've been doing a lot of this book, this taco book. This is book 2. This has got the faces on it. You can see there, right? Um, yeah, some of these have explicit things in them. Some of them don't, but good. And I want to quickly say that my favorite sketching pen is the Sharpie Roller 0.5. Um, Fine liner. This is not an ad, but I really like it. And I'm used to like these things, the 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 gel pen type thing. But that was my favorite sketching. But like for the practice, I do. There's a fine liner I use, which I can't even find. I need to get another one. This is a sign to figure out where your pens are. But I like this one a lot. This is my daily sketching one. So I'm really enjoying that. Let's see. And I should be done with my Kickstarter stuff this month. Finally there. Very happy about that. It was Pie Day yesterday, which I was very excited about. We didn't have any pie, but we had a good day. So what's going on? My friend dropped her book, Man Abound. It's on Amazon. I'm hoping she gets audio. My other friend, Divine Horizons, he has been under the top 2,000 for the past 2 weeks, which means a lot. If you're anywhere in the top like 10,000 or 1,000 of Kindle ranking on Amazon, you're doing very well. And this is his debut. He has a large fan base, and he was worried. And I'm just like, bro, you're probably making money hand over fist. And what they don't tell you about, like when you're an author, or like when you win the lottery, is like you don't tell anybody, right? So like we know because we wanted to be like to be doing well, but like this is my advice to him. I was like, you're doing well, congratulations. We want to support you. Don't tell any of your friends. Don't tell anybody, right? I don't care what happens because it's because he lives in a not in America. He lives in a country where his money goes further. I'm just like, all right. But check out Ceaseless Horizons on Amazon. It's 5 stars. It's very well written. It's just that I've known this author for so long, and I'm just like, thank you for finally releasing something. And now, where's the audio? And he's like, I'm like, we'll see. So I'm recording an audiobook for Dragon Realm Saga. I need to bring that out and do more chapters. But yeah, being sick kind of made me realize that like I did not have as much of a backlog as I thought. And coming into June 6th, I want to have more backlog. So I am 65 chapters into Skill Sphere. It's going to go to about 100. What I'm probably going to do is drop that down to 2 times a week if I have to. Definitely going to take a few weeks off. I'm going to take a week off when I go on vacation. Take a week off later. And this is just me like realizing that like I'm actually human, and I should not be busting my ass to write a chapter the same day late. Because the week before I was sick, I had a class that kind of like sucked up my entire free time. And now that I'm like in the middle of a 4-day weekend, I'm just like, oh, this is what I was missing. I see. But yeah. So what am I listening to? Well, I'll tell you what. I just downloaded Stubborn Skill Grinder. I'm finally finishing this Unbreakable Ruin, the latest Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't know why I said that for so long. It's really good. It's just like it got heavy, like emotionally heavy, and I was 6 hours left. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna finish this. There's gonna be things that happen, and then I'm like in the last hour and a half, and I'm sure there's gonna be some weird snafu, and I'm just gonna be like sobbing. Like the whole arc for Samantha, who is a sex doll head. It's just like I feel for this character, and she just wants to like help out people, and I'm just like, why am I having these feelings about this foul mouth, whatever? But that's the goal, right? You want to be emotionally invested in the characters. Like, all right, I've always say like if you're gonna kill a character, kill them halfway through their life arc, when they're like, I can finally see the next steps that I need to do the thing I'm trying to do. Kill them off. That is the most thing. Like they have their work is unfinished. They can't finish it now because they're dead. But apparently I don't like to kill my characters. So I've been getting that feedback, and now I'm working on that feedback. I've heard the words. Trust me, I've heard them. Yeah. So the current debate is, I have this. This gets bad for my wife. All right. So my current debate is, I have this drawing pad I got from my wife. I don't have a pen for it. I need a pen, but I could buy a newer one for $43. So let's go through this. So Intuos placement pen. How much is that going to cost? $28. Oh man. Yeah. Basically, I could try to fix this one up, or I could buy a brand new one for $40 because I think that where's my tablet? It's not here. I think that's probably going to be better use of my time long term. But also, like, what I'm going to do is I'm using the money I make from narration to fund my trip to Lit RPG Con and to fund my artwork until my artwork can sustain itself, if it is possible. Because I'm probably going to be doing some concept art and some stuff like this as I get better. Let me show you one more thing. I was watching the Professional Women's Hockey League. I drew number 70 on Ottawa. This was their goalie stand-in, and then this is a image of. This is the TV up here. This is the image of my living room. I'll just flip to there. This is the kid. This is one of my kids' chairs. This is another one. This is the table, and you can see that I drew the switch there. Okay, I'm not as happy as I should be on that, but honestly, that looks a lot better than I thought I could do. And I'm working on it. But this one I'm kind of happy about because she was on TV, and I was like, all right, let me quick get a sketch of her, and you can see the lines a little bit that I had to erase. Although I'm gonna kind of leave those in because I went over it once in pencil, then I went over it with the fine liner roller, and now I'm really happy with that. I might send that on Blue Sky to her and tag her. But would you be happy if someone did a fan drawing of you, even though like the current zeitgeist in my house is that my wife is trying to get my kids into team sports. They are very much individualistic sport type people, like jujitsu. But my daughter's liking soccer, so we'll see. I don't know. I know what's going to happen, but we're going to go to a game today. We'll talk about it later, not in this vlog, and see how they like whatever's happening out there. My wife has definitely got that hype man thing going. All right, so the other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm doing a workshop. I'm either going to be doing on the Royal Road Writers Guild, RRWG Discord, or I will be doing it on my Discord. It is a platform workshop for people to go over their platform with a little bit of back and forth. Going to run between 3 and 5 weeks, depending on the people who sign up for it. But I will probably run this once on my server. After that, I refine it and then bring it back because I want to give back, right? So this is like for free, like small authors, what you should be doing on each platform. If you don't know what a platform is, it's basically an author's presence on the web. This YouTube channel is part of my platform. That was good. Which is me saying, go buy my book. It's available on Libro.fm and Spotify. Imagine Wagons audiobook. Search for that in Spotify. You can get it. If you have Spotify Premium, you listen to the book. If they pay me eventually. Authors Republic is very opaque. The service that I use to distribute, but it's also on Libro.fm. It is on Amazon. You can use Libro credits, so you can use Amazon credits to buy it on Audible. Imagine Wagons by J.P. Weaver, the audiobook, first one. Maybe this summer we'll have the second one out. I can only hope. Yeah. So in the comments, what I'm probably going to do is do this workshop 3 times, and then I will do a. The problem with this is I'm trying to make something evergreen. Newsletters are fairly evergreen, and by evergreen I mean you can refer to the thing and come back to it, and not much is going to change. Facebook algorithm changes all the time. Blue Sky is brand new. Discord is Discord. Reddit has its own thing, right? I can imagine a bunch of examples of each of those, how things have changed recently. Like YouTube is looking for more of these sit down and talk to your besties type things. And we are 15th. Today's March 15th. We launch on June 6th. We are under 3 months out from my next book launch, so I'm very excited for that. I'm doing one launch. That is it. I promise you. With me. One launch. All right, that's it. And I'm going to do a launch, although the amount of people that are hyped for this is it's going to be interesting. I'm not stressed at all. Um, I used to like I was like stressed for a minute before I got to Pop Ups, but I'm like I'm just gonna be talking to Pop Up, and he's a great guy. Um, so like in case you didn't know, like my mom and my dad were both teachers. My mom was a music teacher. My dad was in music. They were in a traveling band before I was born. Um, and then they settled down. And my mom and my dad always wanted me to get into music or theater or musicals. Like I enjoy musicals. I had a great voice when I was in high school, um, but that is not long term for me because it was like they really put it on me to like be a doctor or like an actor. And I'm just like I don't want that. I wanted to make video games, and now I'm like, all right, I think I have the time now and space to make video games and make cool freaking art. Um, and that's what you need to do. You need to go into. I will leave you with this. My friend Sarah was turning something like 30 or whatever, or like 35, some like age where we're like, she's like, what should I do? And I'm just like, well, what would you want to do when you were a kid? And she's like, let's go to the trampoline park. And I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, mid 30s, let's go to the trampoline park, right? Like, whatever the thing was that you were like having fun with as a kid, like you should revisit that. You should just be like, I want to do that, right? I want to experience that for a little bit because your inner child needs something, and maybe it's to um, watch some anime. Maybe it's to get together with your friends and play games. Maybe it's to do the things you never had time for, right? Like I've got my D&D group coming, and I'm really enjoying that. And it's like, is it Sunday night? Hell yeah, we're playing. Like whatever that thing is that you're like, I didn't get enough of that as a child. I want to do that now. Think about that, right? So for me, like doing all this writing and like this is like very cathartic. It's very like, okay, I'm getting my feelings out. I'm getting this done, and I'm making it funny, right? So whatever that is for you, right? Whether that's playing guitar or drawing or some other creative pursuit, or could it just be like you finally said I'm gonna play video games this night, and no matter what, like I'm not planning anything for this. I'm gonna see where my creativity takes me, right? Any of those things is acceptable, right? What's not acceptable is just like saying this whatever thing you like is for babies because you're old and you like you have to not care what other people's opinions are about you, right? If I go through my life, I'd be like, oh, people are gonna care. People are gonna people are very focused on themselves. They're not gonna care about what you're doing. And the ones that are like into it, like they can be your friends, and the ones that aren't into it, like, all right, well, sucks for you. Too bad. Yeah. Um, yeah, but I'm having a really nice day, and I hope you have one too, besties. I will leave you with that.